Hello everyone, it's Birdie here, the Recycled Hippie Chick. I am back to work on my Cowboy journal. I have all my pages put into 3 signatures. And yeah, I got 7 pages in each signature. What I will do is go onto the sewing machine. This is just, for me, there's 1,000 ways to do this. Easiest way for me is to just sew down the center with my sewing machine with big stitches, and then that way it holds it together so I can poke my 3 holes in to do my pamphlet stitch into the book. But this Cowboy journal, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the pages before I bind it. That way I can take it out, I can sew pockets in, I can sew ruffles down the side. So I'm going to do all that before I sew anything together with the pages. Now, I started on my cover, and I thought, no, I want to show everybody. So what I did was I've already got the back piece of leather on, and I will go across this once it dries good with my roller cutter on my cutting mat and cut that off, that excess. And so we can go ahead and do the front together. I went ahead and cut it out to save you guys the pain. I went ahead and did my spine to save you pain because it needed to be done on a sewing machine. So I just took a scrap piece of paper, or scrap piece of cloth, because that is what's going to sturdy my spine up. And I sewed an old piece of lace tablecloth on it, and then I had a scarf over there that was real thin, but it had it looks like halter or bridle buckles on it. So I cut that section out of it, and I thought that would be cute to make that the spine over the leather. And today I want to glue this piece. It's an old leather jacket, and I like all this. This is like the pleats in the back of the jacket, and I like that non-perfect look. So I want to glue that on today. I want to glue this on today. And then I found this adorable beaded belt, and I'm going to put it across for my closure. I don't think I'm going to sew it on or anything. I'm just going to have it as my closure. So that's what we're doing today. Let's get after it. What I did was, this was a shiny book, and so I sandpapered it just to give some tooth for my glue. Now this tacky glue, as you can see, I got for $1. I didn't get it for $1. It was in the estate sale stuff I cleaned out. But as you will see, this is not what tacky glue looks like. This is it's going south. But you know what? I'm still going to use it. So I just decided, since I couldn't squeeze it out, I will just put it on there like that and smoosh it on with my palette knife. So don't go buying tacky glue thinking it's going to look like this, because it doesn't. This is bad. Tacky glue should be squeezable, pourable. I'm just using, me, the Recycled Hippie Chick, using what she's got. So let's squish it on. My prayers are going out today to the family members of those who perished on the Baltimore Bridge from the big Singapore shipping boat that hit it and completely collapsed it. I know they're saying some people have perished. I don't know how many just yet, but I know they were working on the bridge that night. Construction workers were working on the bridge, so I know several of those are missing. And I don't know. I could see cars on the bridge. They had sent a mayday to shut the bridge down from any passengers, but those that were already on there trying to get across, nothing they could do. I did see some cars when it showed the slow motion of the crash. It just literally looks like something from that you could only describe as something from a movie, you know it? So that will be closed down for quite some time because you know it'll be investigated as a crime scene possible. So that'll take a while. And then there were, what, 400 and some odd shipping containers on the boat. And some of those may have gone in the water. You can see where the entire bridge collapsed. You could see where the whole front end is damaged and some of the shipping containers are tipped over, and I don't know if or how many went into the water. So praying for people who have lost their loved ones. I think I'm going to pull it over this way because I want as much of this as I can over here. There's a corner. We'll put that up there. And then we'll start kind of stretching this out. I don't care, you know me, I don't care how perfect it is. I am going to try to make some type of a cute cluster to put in here. I don't know, we'll see how much room our center part takes up. I'm just going to leave that on there. That'll just add more strength to that spine. And I'll cut off if I want. I don't know yet if I want some of this stuff hanging over the bottom and stuff. There we go. I went to my friend KK's house today and had coffee and visit. She's feeling so much better. Thank you for those who have prayed for her. She is feeling better and back to her silly self. I'm telling you, we laugh like little middle school girls. We just have a good time together. We tease each other and giggle, and it's fun. I attempted to make her a loaf of cinnamon bread, and I made myself one also, me and Terry, cinnamon raisin, and I think I'm going to throw mine out, and I apologize, KK. It just is too tough. The crust is too tough. The bread is just dry. It was taking forever for it to get done, and it was just kept being doughy, and I kept cooking it, and then I think it just ended up too done. I don't like it. I had a piece after I got home of mine, and I'm like, yeah, it's going. I don't like it. So, I'm sorry, Kay. You got the brunt end of my baking today. She'll be nice and say, oh, we loved it. We could eat the whole loaf. But it really wasn't. No need to be nice, Kay. It really wasn't wonderful. It was at her house because I was just excited to be there and have coffee. And, you know, stuff always tastes better at somebody else's house. But once I got home and had another piece later, it just, ugh. So, not often I throw something out. But if I'm going to waste my calories and carbs on something, by golly, it better be really good. Okay, now, let's see here. Trying to get this. I don't want to go out over where I want it to be because I don't want it to make the leather yucky with glue. And I don't know where it needs to be. And I don't want it to be overly crunchy down in that valley right there. The only drawback to having junk glue is not knowing just how junky it is. Almost as bad as having bad cinnamon bread. Okay, now let's see what we can do here. I know I want this side, I want the most colorful side. Over here. And now that I've put the leather over some of that spine, it's hard to tell exactly where the middle is. Oh dear, dear, dear. Let's see if we can shed it. See. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, so what I think I'll do is just adhere this, and then when that dries, I'll go in and pull it up and stick some glue, you know, where it needs to go. Up under some of all this. Or maybe not. Maybe I don't care if it's floppy. I mean, it's really not that bad. I might just leave it right there. Okay, there's that. Now, let's move on to the inside. I got this old piece of painted something or another. It looks like at one time it used to be a table runner or something. Where is my other piece of leather? Okay, this is going to be my inside pocket on the inside of this. I'll cut this off. And that'll be a nice little pocket, another part of another leather jacket. Listen, if you guys see these at garage sales, snag them up. Or the Goodwill for $1.99, you know. They make wonderful, fun masculine journals or cowboy journals. Okay, so this is my next thing. Do I want this to go across the top, or do I want it to go along the side? I think I might want it to go along the side. Yeah, I think I do. I want it to go along the side. Okay. I suppose I don't have my scissors over here. Let me go wrestle my scissors. Okay. Happy birthday, Lynn, over at A Bit of Birdsong. Happy birthday to you. I think she turns 39 today. Yeah, 39, right, Lynn? That's the number, and we're sticking to it. So, happy birthday to you, Lynn. I am sure her man will make her a wonderful supper, or maybe take her out to eat, which would be awesome too, wouldn't it? And pamper her. Let's go ahead and glue this on while we're here. This is the front. So let's see here. If I have it over to the edge, I want to get an ink pad. Let me get an ink pad. Stay with me. I'm not pausing you. I'm going to go underneath that, where the holes are in that rickrack. So I'm just going to ink that up under there with an ink pad. So, looks a little rough when you look under there. Okay. Now, there's that. Let's get this glued on here. I don't really want to smear that glue again, but I'm going to because, hold on, I'm going to heat it up with my heat gun. Okay. That didn't work out so well. I mean, it really is. You know I'm cheap when I use glue that looks like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know it's bad. So here we go. Just put it on here like a nice cinnamon roll icing. Let's say that it is comparable to cream cheese frosting. Yes, sirree. Now, let's think about, now that I'm spreading this glue on this spine, let's think about how I'm going to do this spine. Oh, dear. Well, I'm going to put this on there. If I want to put a cardboard spine in there to hook my pages to, that'll just have to go over the top because I've already committed. Already committed, and it's getting glued down. Normally, I would not do this. Normally, I would get my spine and I would put my spine in first with my little short pieces of material. Then I would put this material over the top of it. But this is Cowboy Journal, so it'll be okay if it looks, you know, my stuff is grungy anyway, so it'll be okay if I put the flappies on the outside. Doesn't bother me a bit. Okay, now, can you believe that glue job? Okay, Miss Moss is somewhere out there with her friends, her FaceTime friends. She's never met them except for on FaceTime, and they have gotten together this week and are having like a little art gathering amongst themselves. So she's meeting them for the first time, and I can't remember where. I'm sure she will tell us all about it when she gets back. So, we're thinking about you today, Miss Moss. There we go. I like these wrinkles, so I'm not worried about them. I just want it up here at my, so we're not seeing the part of the book sticking through. Okay, we've got this part in. How cool is that? Okay, now let's put the other side on. Let's see if we can cut some of this off so we know where we're going with our white. Yes, it is supposed to be white. I have just grunged it significantly with tea or coffee or who knows what. Okay, now let's see what we can do with this one. It does not have glue on it over there yet, so let's slap some icing on that. You know those Pillsbury Poppin' Fresh, you know, the cans you tear the paper off of and make cinnamon rolls out of it in a little pan, and then you have that little package of that squeeze icing on it, which was just, as a kid when I was young, that was just like, man, that was the bomb when my mom would get one of those for a Sunday breakfast. Oh my gosh. What a treat. But man, I could just eat that icing right out of the little package. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, let's see what we got here. Put it on this way. There we go. Let's go ahead and ink that area. This goes on like this. And I'm going to pull it. Well, it's not cut straight, and it's not. Okay, this part here. The top part is not sewn straight, so I'm having a hard time getting it even partially lined up. This part's lined up, but this part goes way out. So I'm just going to glue it on, and I'll trim that off later. I think I'm just going to continue to go over. Every little bit will strengthen that spine. And maybe I won't even need to put cardboard in. I'll be able to just poke holes right through that and do my 3-hole pamphlet stitch right on the original spine. It's mine. You know, it's not like a lot of people are going to be looking at it. So I think it'll be okay. I'm pitching it. When I'm done here, I'm pitching it. I'm not going to try to go any farther with this. I've already cut the bottle open. What I don't use of it today is going to dry out anyway, so give it up, Amy. It was only a quarter to begin with if you did buy it, and you didn't, so I don't know how far over this went. Oh, it's going to go clear over to the other side, so I can do that whole, I can do this whole section. I'm sorry you guys are having to watch me smear glue. If I was an editing weirdo, if I was an editing weirdo, I got the weirdo part down pat, I just can't edit. I would fast forward you through this part, but set you to some relaxing Kylie Coo music. Kylie Coo music. That's a hard one to say. Say that 5 times real fast. She always has the most beautiful music to listen to while she's continuing on with her progress. Oh, I love the music you pick out, Kylie. Love, love, love it. Okay. We are very close. Okay, now. No, I want it on this way. I like the pattern on that eco dye or whatever I did with this. On this side. Okay, now. That's hard, you know, when you're videoing. It's hard to, normally you want to stand up and get over the top of it and look and see what you're doing, and you can't do that when you're videoing. Makes it a little difficult. Okay, now, what do you think about that? Oh, I love that pattern on there. I don't know what I did. I may have wrapped stuff in this for a rust bath. And this is what was left over. It's getting to be that time of year again for the Americans. It's spring, and it'll be time to get out there and do some rust dyeing and coffee dyeing before long to get ourselves stocked back up, huh? Okay, now, our other friends, Christina Shack and all you guys, will be moving into your fall, won't you? Which you're probably grateful for after a hot summer, huh? There we go. Beautimous. I am happy, happy, happy. Okay, this part here is not glued down, but I will do that later. There is our cover. It goes like this. I'm not going to like that. That's going to have to be glued down. And my pocket. We'll go over here. And I want to be able to see that yellow rickrack. So we're going to cut that away. That'll be cute, won't it? Let's pull it up because I want to get that pocket on there nicely. You know, this is a boring, I'm sure this is a boring video. Absolutely nothing totally exciting has happened, like finding my license. So, we are going to go, me and my daughter are going to Oklahoma this weekend to see Diamond Rio in concert. That'll be fun. We're going to take the school bus, and because they're playing at a casino, and the casino says there's parking for RVs, free parking in their, what do you call it? Their parking lot. So we're just going to spend the night and come home the next day. So that'll be fun. I'm excited for that. Okay, let's go ahead. We've got the glue out. Let's continue on here because I want to glue in that pocket. So yeah, that's going to be exciting to go. I was very happy that she invited me to do that with her. After I'm gone and she's watching this video. Thank you, Alicia. I'm sure I enjoyed our time watching Diamond Rio. I am happy that you invited me. So, thank you. I'll tell her face to face, but she can hear it again after I'm gone. Oh dear, I know, I'm a mess. You can call me one. I admit it. Okay, Now, let's put some glue on the back of this. Let's take these little doohickeys off. I said, oh my gosh, she asked me, what, a couple weeks ago if I wanted to go. And I said, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe it. It was for her, we took her to El Vicino for her birthday, and she asked me then when we were eating. I said, you've got to be kidding me. Diamond Rio? She said, yeah. You like Diamond Rio? I said, I know, but I don't know if y'all get this or not, but once in a while, quite often, I don't know where it comes from. I don't know where I hear the song, but all of a sudden, a random song that I usually don't know all the words to, pops in my head, and it goes through my head all night long while I'm trying to sleep. And it'll be the only part of the song that I know. Like maybe I just know half of the chorus. That's the part that goes over and over and over in my mind. I mean, I get up to go to the bathroom, and that darn song is playing. I wake up in the morning, and that darn song is playing. And darned if the whole week before she asked me to go see Diamond Rio, one of their songs was going through my mind. Now, let me just be quiet for a minute. I know, I'm probably asking for it to come right back in my head for tonight, but I'm going to try to think of the song that was stuck in my head. Hold on. The song that says, buy an ice cream and see how far we can drive before it melts, kind of feeling. That's what, let's see. Da 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 da. That's what true love, I don't even know. Da da does for me. Yeah, that's the song that was going through my head. Buy an ice cream and see how far we can drive before it melts. That's the kind. Anyway, I don't know the rest of it, but that's the phrase that was going over and over and over in my mind for a week. And then she asks me to go, and guess what? It starts back up in my mind again. So, yeah, I'm sure she and I are really going to jam down when that song comes on at the concert. Oh, dear. Any of you Diamond Rio people out there? I have a feeling Arlene knows that song. Do you know that song, Arlene? Are you singing it right now? I bet you do. I don't know why, but I bet you know your country music, too. Okay, now, I think we're going to stop there. I think that's going to be so cute, you guys. I'm excited. Put my 3 signatures in. Uh-oh, we may have to trim. No, we won't. It's just pushed over. And we'll put our little belt on there. I've got stuff stuck to me everywhere. And this is how we'll enclose it. Let's see here. I'm thinking that we might, and once I get pockets and everything else in here, that'll be tight on there. I'm thinking about putting some kind of a ruffle over there. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Once I get ruffles sewn on my pages, that they'll stick out there too. But isn't that going to be cute, you guys? I'm so excited. It's my cowboy journal. So there we go. We got quite a ways. And I may put a cluster here. I may not. I don't know. So there we have it. We'll continue on with the inside on our next video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye-bye.